maybe my internet is not spotty. Wanted to show you Mount Shasta behind me, but you really can't see, so let me just turn the camera around. You got a horseshoe tournament thing going on over here. Got some bocce going on over here. Cool. Of course, live music. My friend's band is supposed to be playing around 3, so I will go live around there. Grab that stuff. Lots of stuff going on here today. There's a lot of rides and vendors and stuff, so it's pretty fun. I'm looking forward to the day. Let me go over here where I can actually hear myself think. Usually I do dry fasting on Saturdays, but I am here, and I'm also working on getting ready for my full moon event, which is coming up on Wednesday. He is Sage, yes, let me turn around one more second to see what's going on here. Speaking of Sage, congratulations Sage on winning the knockout tournament. Sage won every single game that he played. If you haven't checked out the actual games, you can go into my group tournaments, games, and more, and check out all of the games that have been there. So congratulations Sage, and I have you set up to play the first board against Steven in the upcoming simultaneous exhibition that will be happening in my chess group. So I'm pretty excited about that. I have all 6 players ready to go, and I will start flipping coins to see who plays what color after my event. There's a lot of stuff going on to get prepared for it. I pretty much make a huge buffet of vegan food out of my tiny house in a non-proper kitchen. Like, I don't have everything set up yet fully, so it's a lot of work, and I prepare for over 100 people and make all of the food, and then I take it up on the mountain and set up this big buffet, and then I actually serve it to people as well. So I make all of these homemade vegan burgers and homemade bread, and then I take up my little grill and put it all together up there. So that is happening on Wednesday night. I'll be up there before sundown, and I usually stay up there until the morning. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I've got to meet a lot of people that I know only online, and Sage actually is coming out, and so is Kyle. I'm really excited. I'm pretty sure that Kevin said that he's coming out as well, so it's going to be a really fun experience. I'm really excited about it. Hi Robert, how's it going? I actually don't have anybody help me. Like I said, I work out of my own little tiny kitchen and tiny house. There's really not enough room for it. But yeah, it's also, you know, then I can say that I am the one that did all of the work and everything to put on the event, so that when people come to cause problems, then, you know, I can take it personally. It's like, I put hundreds of dollars into this buffet. I've set it all up. I'm the one hosting. I'm feeding you, and you're gonna cause problems? Like, you really want to come at me like this? All right, let's go. So anyways, let's not get too hyper. I'll turn you around just so you can see what I'm looking at really quick. It's so bright. They're having a softball or baseball, I don't know, it might be both. They're playing men's and women's, so they might have two separate, turn around, two separate things going on. I'm not really sure, but it's pretty cool that they have this set up. I haven't seen anybody with masks on yet, so that's nice. Just got mean mugged by that child. Woo! Anyways, I plan on just hanging out here today. I don't think they have anything vegan for me to eat. All dead animals. Robert says, I'm good, beautiful. I'll be your security. I'm vegan, thanks. I'm a hardcore vegan, so I'm not on the phone with anyone. They're not. Well, if they want to be with me, then they are. Anyways. What was I saying? Robert said he'll be security at my events if there are any problems. There actually was problems last year. Well, actually, there's pretty much been problems every year because I am going up and basically taking over the space and forcing veganism on everyone. It's like, this mountain is huge. If you're going to be in this space is a sacred space and it's vegan. So, you know, if you want to fight about it, then okay. So yeah, there's been problems pretty much every year, and I'm expecting problems this year as well, but I plan to de-escalate the situation as opposed to last year. I like this one. It's too bad that it's all about drinking. I don't drink spirits. Gosh, this is horrible. Anyways, that is pretty much what I am doing today. I'm going to hang out on here for a while. Hi, Kyle. How are you? Just finished making a fruit smoothie bowl. Oh, that sounds wonderful. My favorite smoothie bowls are dragonberry bowls. Look around for anybody that I know, but I really don't know very many people around here. Vegans and vegetarians are stronger anyway. They want no problems. Well, I don't want problems, but if it comes down to it, then I will have them, you know? I don't really consider vegetarians that strong because they still prey on the innocent. Like, they think that they're doing so much better by not eating the flesh of the innocent, but they're still paying for cows to be raped, for their children to be taken away, and then when the cow is used up, the cow is killed and eaten anyways. So, like, what good do you actually think that you're doing by just, like, not eating meat? I mean, it doesn't make any logical sense to me anyways, but... What's all at the carnival? Let me get away from this music. Over here, there are a bunch of different rides. Let's walk down this way, actually. I'll walk down here with the vendors. Hopefully my internet doesn't cut out. But over there they have some horseshoes going on and a bocce tournament as well. It's really nice setup here. I'm being sarcastic. Right in front of them too. Hello. Robert says, I gotta start somewhere. Yeah, I guess I understand, but when veganism is a moral issue, I like have a hard time trying to baby people along. It's like you're more concerned about your own taste buds and your addictions to that flesh than the animals. Like, where's your compassion and empathy? It's really no bueno. And then especially the people around here that want to pretend like they're super spiritual and about love and light. Like, go tell that love and light message to the corpses in your freezer, you psychopath. Got... These people are looking at me. We're in this UTV side by side. And that is pretty much the end of the park. So I'm going to turn around and go back towards the stage where all of the people are. Kind of wanted to check out the bocce tournament. I used to play that, well, not like I used to play it like I was involved in playing it, but I've played it with my family before, so pretty fun. VF, Weed Technology and Fabrication. Oh, this is pretty cool. I wonder how much they have to pay to be a vendor here. Fun fact, I used to work at a lemonade stand like when I was coming out of high school. My family worked for a concessionaire, like, so all of my mom's siblings all worked for them, and then basically like all of my cousins and me also worked for them, at least temporarily, at the fairs. So I'm definitely used to the fair atmosphere. Although there's a lot of darkness that happens around here, especially, you know, you go and see the people that are running the games and stuff, and they're like, you can tell that they are heavy drug users, let's just put it that way. Specifically, you know, meth that rots out people's teeth. I'd probably try to find somewhere to sit without people near me. It's a beautiful day here. Too bad you can't really see Mount Shasta in the background. She is gorgeous. Pretty good. He needs some harmony. I'll go up there and ask him to sing with him. Nothing. Yes, Sage, it actually is really nice. The weather is really warm, and it's going to be really nice on Mount Shasta, so I look forward to it. Don't do meth with drugs. Oh, don't mess with drugs. I thought it said don't do meth with drugs, yeah. Unfortunately, so many children are already on prescription meth with ADHD medications, and it's like, not only are you, like, children are not meant to sit in desks all day and just be in that environment, so it makes sense that they get hyperactive, they get attention issues, then they're told to put their children on prescription meth, and then, you know, children already in general have teeth issues as standard because they're not eating the proper diet, right? So they're having cavities, and then the ADHD medication is only going to make it way worse. Really, really sad. The whole system needs to be fixed. People who aren't vegan. Hey, Black Panther. Kyle says people who aren't vegan are detached from the reality of harm done to animals. We were all there at one point, but got to be humble enough to share the reality of it and hope their morals align soon. Yes. Hopefully. At the same time, I'm not opposed to forcing my will on people and enforcing veganism. It's like if I was standing in public with someone and they just started like beating their dog, are you just going to stand there and do nothing, or are you going to interject and say, hey, what you're doing is wrong? Like, I guess that's the difference between me and a lot of other people, and even other vegans. The vegans around here also don't like me for multiple reasons. One, I'm a really militant vegan, like there's no compromise about it, but I'm also, you know, against the whole LGBTQ PBR agendas, and unfortunately that's been really linked in with veganism because veganism is purifying to the mind, body, and soul. Satan has to slip in corruption anywhere that he can, and you know, the powers that be are now promoting veganism in their own unhealthy way, right? They're not promoting you to go and eat fresh fruits and vegetables and be raw vegan like God intended. They're promoting this, you know, meat that's made in lab and cell-grown stuff, which actually isn't vegan, right? Kind of put this. They kind of put the stage in a bad area with all this sunlight going out there. It's going to be too hot. Kyle says the alphabet agendas. LOL. Yes, I say LGBTQ PBR not only because it's kind of like rolls off the tongue because of the beer, but pedophile, bestiality, and rapists. They're all, you know, all this sexual degeneracy is really linked at a fundamental level. It's like there's the way that our creator intended, and then there's every other way possible, right? And that's what they promote. Ultimately, these lifestyles aren't going to make anybody happy. So if they're deceived into these lifestyles, it's not appropriate for us to feed into it. If we truly love and care about these people, we want what's best for them, and that's not ever going to be a situation where they are in one of these unhealthy relationships or lifestyles. Of course, you know, heterosexual people can be in abusive or bad relationships as well, but when you are starting to go completely against God's design, it's going to be even worse. I love the guitar. No masks, nope. I don't even think that the vendors are wearing them either, so that's pretty cool. That pool looks really enticing. Chia seeds sure do make smoothies thick. Yes, chia seeds can actually be used as an egg substitute as well, so pretty cool. How will they take a selfie without their masks on? I know, right? Getting meme mugged by people. Hopefully you guys are doing well and enjoying your day. I'm pretty much just going to stand around here and listen to the live music. Like I said earlier, my friend's band is supposed to play around 3. So I plan on being live for that. Interestingly enough, their band is called Distance to the Sun, and what the heck is happening? If you are a flat earther, you know full well that the distance to the sun is not 93 million miles away. Flat Earth is really important, a fundamental shift in a paradigm, and goes along with all of the other truths of our reality. I love your boots. Thanks. Can't really. Ah! I hope you can see them, but anyways. My boots, I'm always wearing heels, so. Even when I host my full moon events. When I go up and I set up for the events, I will wear tennis shoes, obviously, but actually during the events, I always wear heels. So. exciting news. Yesterday, I was invited to co-host a in-person chess tournament. So I'm really excited about that, and I will have details later. I'll make videos about it, and I plan on going live during it as well. So that is really, really exciting. I thought that was you. How's it going?
Oh, you saw a hot guy walking up?
Yeah. What was that?
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Coming.
Yeah.
I didn't notice I got another shirt in my car, but I didn't know I had stains on it. God. Whatever. I just put another one on.
You guys are playing at 3 or 3:30?
Yeah, 3 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here by myself and
Myself up here.
hanging. I'm actually on YouTube Live right now, so.
I guess I
You got some stains on your collar there, too.
No, I told you.
And on your belly.
No,
Everywhere. You're a mess right now.
I know. Nice clean shirt, too.
Right?
I guess I can put my stuff right there on the side.
Right. You have to unpack all the way over there.
So I'm going to pull up and back up right here.
Oh, you're allowed to put it on this side.
Yeah. Okay.
Who's going to stop you? I won't.
I like you. How you been?
Good, how are you?
You look beautiful.
Thank you. I'm getting ready for my event on Wednesday. So if you can make it up, then that'd be cool. But if not, I understand. It's like late at night, so.
Yeah. So I'm going to pull up.
All right, I'll see you in a minute. That's my friend, the drummer. Those of you who come out maybe meeting him at my event. Hi Akshar, how's it going? Any chess players there? Seems like a great place to set up a booth. I'm not really sure if there are, Akshar. I actually played a little bit of chess in the park the other day, Mount Shasta City, but I went when they were closing, so I think that I will have to go back during the daytime and see who wanders up and wants to play. So I recently went over to my friend's house. Let me get away from this music again. I went over to my friend's house the other night and played 3 games against him as black, and I won every game, so that was really, really exciting and really hard to hide back my smile. Obviously, when you're playing online, it's like you don't have to worry about it, and you can laugh out loud at the people's clown mistakes that they're making, but when you're in person and they're making really ridiculous blunders, it's just like, all right. At one point, I attacked with both of my knights and before I actually made the move and took his queen, I just like, ouch, that's gonna hurt. Looked at him, like trying to hold back my smile, and then took his queen. It was really fun, so. Very fun. Are any of you guys horseshoe players out there? I'm sure I tried when I was little, but not really something I'm into. Kaya says, what time are you gonna need help carrying things on Wednesday? Well, need help is kind of like I don't actually need help, but I will take help. Usually I plan on going probably around 3 in the afternoon, but I'm used to setting up by myself, so it's not like I need any assistance, but I do appreciate any assistance that I do get. So yeah, I'll probably go up around to 3, and it'll be a really long night, which is one reason why I don't want to play chess, because not only will that day itself be a really long and stressful event, but the day before I'm going to wake up really early to make fresh bread, and it's like by the time I actually get up on the mountain and serve all of the people, it's like my brain is fried. I'm ready to go home and go to sleep. Like, definitely not trying to concentrate on chess at that point. But that being said, Kyle and Sage are both going to be there, and maybe they will play a game. That'd be pretty cool. Chess on Mount Shasta. Now that would be fun. It's actually already... this guy's hurt. Sorry, I have never actually seen a t-shirt made like to like almost commemorate the lava fire. What the heck? Oh my god. Anyways, in the future I want to host a tournament on Mount Shasta. That'll be really, really awesome. I have a lot of plans of things to do up there in the future and down here as well. What's happening here in the live chat? At Kyle as the supreme rival, yes. Since you guys are both traveling, should I bring my chess set so you guys can play or what? Let's walk down here again. Kind of wandering aimlessly. Kyle says, oh, I don't need rivals. Sage says we should carve a chess set at the meeting place. Okay, you're gonna just carve a whole set up there, buddy? I'd like to see you try. That would be pretty entertaining, but it'd be more entertaining for me to actually watch you guys play. Like, I'm still kind of like beaming about the guys that I watched play in Reno at the chess tournament. They were playing 5-minute blitz and they were just like smack talking each other the whole time and moving so fast. Like, that is what I want in my life. Kyle says, I'm still kind of bad. I'm still rusty. Well, you were saying that you were playing over 2,000 bot yesterday or the day before, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see either way. No pressure to actually play. Like I said, I won't be focused on that. Unless other people are playing. Obviously, I would watch and enjoy that, but... And I'm losing constantly. Yeah, well, that's understandable, especially if you're playing a bot that's highly rated. Bite your tongue. I'm a very opinionated person, in case you haven't picked that up. I actually really don't like to play bots. There's really nothing like that feeling of dominating somebody and like knowing that it's a real human. I don't know. Don't say that I'm evil because I get enjoyment over dominating people over the chessboard, but I don't see it as evil. Getting a draw is not so bad. Well, it's not so bad, but it is technically a loss, right? If you don't win, you didn't win. A lot of the GMs and stuff play for draws, and most of you already know how I feel about all of the most famous people in our world, no matter what arena it is, whether it's Hollywood or politics or chess or poker or horseshoes. Like, I don't know, all of the best in our world are inverted clowns, and so I don't take them seriously. And when inverted clowns are like playing sports or playing chess against each other, it's like almost like Satan has a puppet on each hand and he's like playing himself in a manner. Obviously there are elements of the individual soul left, right? Like the two puppets still have their ego that they want to win, but at the end of the day it's like you're not even real humans, you're demon-possessed inverted clowns, so you should be the best at chess, but yet you're still playing clown chess. So, anyways. Chess, just like every other thing, is taught to humans in a manner that makes us look like a joke. The powers that be don't want us to be intelligent, they don't want us to actually be the best chess players in the world. They want us to be deliberately dumbed down, thinking that we're the smartest while being the dumbest of all species, you know? So, chess is no different in that. Want water? Todd Panther says, I'd love to come to your event, but I live too far away. Well, maybe next year. People from all over the country come out to Mount Shasta. I've met people from like New Jersey, and not people that I knew. Like, they were just randomly brought to Mount Shasta. There's, a spiritual energy here that draws people in, and so you'll get people that come here for a spiritual event, and unfortunately 9 times out of 10 they end up going into the hippie community around here, which is basically a CIA acid cult, where they try to get a hold of all of the uncontrolled elements. The homeless population, the traveling community is really big around California, especially people that travel. Like, they don't have a home, they live in their vans, and they just move around, right? These kind of uncontrolled elements, like not having a job, not having a home, makes the person way more of a threat to the powers that be. So they are specifically and especially focused on trying to get these elements under control, and having this whole hippie culture where everybody's about love and light and everybody's welcome. And by the way, they have free acid, the best. I haven't tried it, but I've been told it's the best acid that some people have ever had in their lives. And the CIA assets are walking around passing it out, and then when everybody has their fill, they like throw the rest of the acid in the fire. I'm just like, the person that was telling me this, I'm like, you realize that has CIA written all over it, right? Like, no normal human is probably going to be giving out drugs like that to begin with, let alone throwing a whole sheet of acid into the fire. Like, anyways, I'm ranting, but they tried to get all of the people under control into this hippie movement, and they are basically the anti-Inanna faction around here. So, yeah. Even though they have their own vegan events, like I was saying before, they are not fans of me because I am against all of their degeneracy. And ultimately, they are being run by government assets and inverts, so they can't join forces with me, Kyle says, I just need more time to think about best moves, and I hate making people wait online. Well, yeah, guess that wouldn't make... There are people that play like 30-minute games though, so it really wouldn't be that big of an issue. But to each their own. A major part of the game of chess is patience. Yeah. I like faster games usually because I don't really have the patience. I'm like, let's have the action really quick, let's go. But yeah, obviously that leads to less thoughtful chess games You know, whereas the people that play these really long 2-hour games can sit there and think about their moves for as long as they need to and not make so many blunders. But I'm not raving about those kind of games from Reno. I'm raving about the Blitz tournament that I saw. It wasn't even actually a tournament, though. Acid plus fire equals drug abuse. Well, yeah, actually, not only do they pass out this really strong acid, but they're giving it to people who have never even done acid before, which is completely, in my opinion, that is absolutely wrong, especially in the environment that they're in, when they're in the middle of the woods, surrounded by trees, in this, it's just not the environment that's very welcoming. And I've heard that the CIA asset has actually given people acid and then had an issue with them and tried to say you need to leave and force them to leave, to drive home on acid. Like, I get really fired up because this stuff really bothers me. I'm not saying anything anti-drugs, but if you are gonna do these kind of things, I think that you should be doing them in the safety and privacy of your own home, and you shouldn't be giving people that have never done these things, you know, drugs in an environment that is not safe for them, and then not taking care of them. Like, obviously I'm getting fired up. Let's move off the topic. Okay.
Are you taking a picture?
Nope, I'm recording myself and behind me. If I know I don't have the game won, 7 moves in, I get upset, impatient, lose purposely to speed it up. Well, that is not really a great way to become a good chess player, but it's understandable. Forcing yourself to try to get out of that situation and then win after you've lost would definitely be impressive, but it is not easy. I'm kind of a poor sport, but I'm very fair. I grew up with 2 older brothers and a little sister, so games were always rough. Yeah, that makes sense. I have 1 older sister, and I have technically 3 younger brothers, but one does not live on this earth any longer. He passed away when I was very little, so yeah. As I've said before, my parents are still together. They're like really into mainstream Christianity and all of that, so I think that is one thing that really helped them stay together, is having that in common, their religious beliefs and stuff. And yeah, I definitely want a relationship like they had. Relationships are hard enough as it is when you do believe all of the same stuff, let alone when you don't believe all the same stuff. So I understand the whole, you know, being equally yoked type teaching. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. I love to talk with you guys. I'm also not going to be going live tomorrow because I have to do cooking for my event. So yeah, this will be it for the week. I might try to upload a video on Wednesday before the event, but we will see. Little girl almost tripped, and I'm only laughing because I've almost tripped as well. Almost had a younger sister while in 2nd or 3rd grade indoctrination. She was stillborn. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Wow. That's gotta be so hard. Like, I can't even wrap my mind around it. I don't want to wrap my mind around it because I want to be a mom so bad that, you know, seeing my mom lose her child was like really, really heartbreaking. Yeah. He was born at the end of January and then died on April 1st. So April Fool's Day was always like a sore day for us. And yeah, he died of SIDS, and I was told that he wasn't jabbed, which is one of the causes of SIDS. SIDS doesn't just happen. But also cow's milk is linked to SIDS as well. So yeah, really Cow's milk is not made for baby humans. It's made for baby cows. Not made for adult humans either. Oh, here we go. I don't know if you can see the people dancing behind me here. You always get some very interesting characters out during these events. They obviously want their 5 minutes of fame, or they wouldn't be going here and dancing right behind the person that is videotaping. Oh, you can actually see Mount Shasta for a second. Thank you, I'm an interesting character. I appreciate that and take it as a compliment. The last thing that I would ever want in this world is to be normal, like everybody else. Living with this beautiful site is just great. I want to, in the future, set up different cameras around the mountain, so like different points where they have really beautiful views, and then basically have the ability to live stream the mountain 24/7, so that I can have a little fireplace with this picture frame on the top with Mount Shasta, and I can see what she looks like whenever I want. So we get some really interesting lenticular clouds around the mountain that'll just hang out all day. All the rest of the clouds will move by, and these clouds will just stay right on top of the mountain, like hovering there for hours and hours. It's pretty interesting to observe. Day drinkers love dancing. Yes, they do. Is that at the lenticular park thing? I'm not sure what you mean about that, Sage. I've not heard of a lenticular park before. Plaid Panther starts chanting, "Earth is flat, Earth is flat, Earth is flat." Yes. When I first found out about flat Earth, I was telling everybody, like, you know, yeah. I was gonna say that was actually one of the most exciting things for me when I met my ex, that like I was telling my parents, like, I found someone that actually believes in flat Earth, like, you know, we can go and tell people together. So that was really fun. Extra says, I'm liking this music. Yay! I think it's probably, oh wait. The other band plays at 3, so this guy's probably going to be on for another hour. Should have brought some water with me. I've never met another flat earther in real life. I am sorry to hear that, because when you do, it is really, really exciting. I've actually met a few people on the mountain just randomly at full moon events that, you know, we get to talking and they say, oh, I'm a flat earther too, so that's pretty cool. Every event is different. Sometimes there's like a ton of people and they all bring drums, and they're just drumming, and it's like really loud, kind of obnoxious in my opinion. And other times it is more peaceful and like a smaller crowd, and we actually get to sit and talk and, you know, discuss the truth of our reality, which is my preference. Not really like the whole idea of going and spending the whole night around a campfire with people banging on drums and then leaving and not having any conversations of substance, not having any actual connection. You know, obviously there's connection that you can make to somebody with making music with them, but it's not going to be as deep of a connection if you actually get to start to talk to them and get to know them and discuss different topics. So those are my favorite types of events, when it's more quiet like that. And Dave is actually really fun because he gets to talking about...
I have a question.
Sure.
What do you do, like a flip on the Carnevale or stuff?
Well, I'm live streaming right now.
I know, you should get John Abbott is the guy that's playing music.
Yeah,
right
they
now.
can see him behind me.
Awesome. It's John Abbott.
Yeah, are you his
Stogie.
friend?
Yes.
Awesome.
And it's Stogie. And we're the Stogie girls.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
If you look us up on Facebook, you'll see a bunch of
Is it a page?
Facebook.
Yeah, like a Facebook page though?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. In fact, I'm a partner in Enjoy Weed Shack downtown.
Okay.
It's right next to Layton's Liquor.
Oh, yeah, I see it. I've actually never been down there.
New dresses here.
Nice. Yeah, I drive by all the time.
Some really sexy ones too that you look really good in.
Okay, well thanks.
So you need to go in and check it out.
All right.
Alright.
Thanks. Inanna.
Inanna?
Yes.
Okay, it's her one.
Yes, thank you. All right. I need a new dress. It's a place called Lumerian Vortex. Oh yeah. I've heard of it before. There's a lot of Lumerian stuff around here, but to be quite frank, I'm not really interested or focused on Lemurians or Telos or any of these, you know, underground supposed advanced civilizations and people that haven't been helping humanity. They've been hiding, so it's like, I don't know why they think that they're gonna come onto the scene and take over and think that they're gonna be running the show. It's like, we will duke it out, buddy, because there's only gonna be one at the end of the day. Whew, sorry about that. Backing into people. I actually have my own vortex area on the mountain, which is more by my house than by Mount Shasta. I live in, well, I don't live in Weed technically. I live on the outskirts of town, but not on the south side. So, yeah. The vortex that is mine is not a well-known, you know, it's not a public feature. Obviously, people could wander across it in the woods, but unless they know what they're looking for, they're not going to find what they're looking for. Yeah, I have supplies buried out there and stuff as well. So if I needed to flee my house for whatever reason, then that is an option.
My daughter Katie.
Hi, Katie. I'm Christine. My mom, Darlene.
Hi, Darlene. Hey, man. How you doing? They'll be in town here in about 10
What? Oh, yeah. If people think that I'm filming what's in front of me, it's like I'm standing in front of some like unfilmable location there. I have all of this free water sitting right here. Unfortunately, the FDA requires that bottled water is ozone treated, so even if they're not adding fluoride or anything else, they are treating it with ozone, and it like It's designed to basically kill living things. And, you know, if you go to a water source, that water is like living, pure water that's, you know, full of life force energy. And this ozone treatment just completely destroys it. Specifically, the people at Crystal Geyser are only allowed to like drink the water from there. They're not allowed to bring in their own water. And if they drink the stuff like fresh off the production line, they'll actually get sick. So yeah, this ozone treatment kind of like wears off over time. So it's like the worst right off of the factory line or whatever. And then, yeah, but if you look at the people that work there over time, it's like that water kills them. Their life force energy just really gets diminished. So it's pretty sad to see. It's really just horrible that they take really pure water and then completely destroy it. But that is the world that we're in. It's like 3 or 3:30. Yeah, it's only 2 right now. Ah! My battery just got drained. I came here with a full battery.
You got another battery?
I came with a battery pack. Forever and ever.
Okay, cool.
One of the many mistakes that I've made in my life.
Oh.
But you like the music note?
But that doesn't mean you didn't say, no, what's good about it?
It was associated with an X, but I made sure that it had music. It's music. So I made sure there was a music incorporated because music is like my true love. This is my first tattoo behind my ear here. A music note. YOLO, a really shitty tattoo that a friend gave me. Let's not talk about it.
Like a town or something? Okay, we don't have to.
No, it means you only live once, and I don't even believe that. I believe in reincarnation, so it's a joke.
Well, in sense, you live once all the way through, but it's just that's another way of looking at it.
Right.
You live once many times. Looks just right.
Thanks. That shirt looks much better.
Does it go? That doesn't really go with it.
To be honest, you're asking the wrong person. I'm not really.
Well, rock, you know,
I really don't know. I'm usually like just always wearing black, so. There's a little bit of blue in the pants, so it works. Whoop. I just got the urge to jump on top of this guy's cart, but I think I'll resist. I know, I wanted to like just jump on top of the ice and he could just.
Hot today.
Just roll me around.
I gotta find my bottle.
I'm just messing.
Because I do that when it gets too hot.
Right. Anyways, I see what's going on in the live chat, if anything. Out of my way.
You have to go over the wire.
Yeah. Good guys wear black. Oh, hey Bobby, how's it going? You don't have to worry about matching it with anything. It just looks good. Black is a nice color. I'll say black isn't a color, it's the absence of color. Or something. Whatever. Bobby says, hey, I'm home from work early today. Yay, that's exciting. Why'd you get off early today? Did you get everything done that you had to do? Uh-oh. Got 2 drinks, watch out. Finished the ship, nice. What do you mean by finish the ship? What kind of work do you do? Longshoreman, okay. I'm not even sure what that is or what you do there, so. Sage says, well, black is a color, and if it isn't, then we must embrace the fact that colors are nothing more than a belief, a perception. Bobby says that he unloads cargo ships. Cool. Well, why aren't you guys unloading the ones off the coast? Come on, get to it. I'm just kidding. I know it's a psyop. They're trying to cause all sorts of chaos and disruptions. You know, race wars, pestilence, famine, supply shortages, you name it, they're gonna try to do it. And yeah, lots of psyops at once, not just one, like a lot of people don't realize, I guess. It would be nicer if that dress was Banta black. Blacker is better. Well, I'm actually, I don't know if it's technically a dress, but anyways, I'm happy with whatever color it is because it was the only one left at the store when I went. So I've had this happen a few times where it's like, I find something and it's like my perfect size is the only one left. I'm like, thank you, God. XR says there might be a domino effect happening with events all over the world. Yes. Yep. Bobby says, I know they are holding food container ships. Yes, withholding, yep. Destroying crops, setting them on fire, all of that stuff. Obviously, I'm not opposed to the farms getting shut down, not slaughtering animals anymore. That's something I'm all about. It's a shame that inverted Satanists have to force it on humanity. Now they're in a situation where they are the ones that are en masse vegan, whereas humans aren't. So the inverted corruptors can point at humans and say that they are better than us. It's another inversion when they are the ones that are more pure than the humans. Like, obviously not in every department, but in that department specifically. And actually, in all of the departments, there's been a general purification because the powers that be ultimately know the situation more than humans do. They know that the power is shifting and that the purifier is taking over, and out of self-preservation, they purify so that they can continue to exist, to put it non-violently. XR says Geo Guidesteins, yes. Guidesteins? What is wrong with me right now? Georgia Guidestones. Getting knocked down was an inside job, a controlled demolition. I probably get labeled pessimistic because I don't believe anything, and you know, I don't see anybody as a hero, but humans in general don't usually do anything impressive. And especially when it comes to something like destruction of property that they could get arrested for, they're not going to take the risk. Like, who is sitting at home saying, I'm going to go and risk years in jail to go and knock over a stone? Like, if you're going to risk jail time, you should do something that actually brings about change. And I will not continue with the sense because I don't want to get in trouble for inciting violence. So the powers that be are not afraid of their little stones getting knocked over. They are afraid of getting physically harmed. The problem is partly the production plants or the container ships mostly. It's the source and farmlands and actual plants. Their control over the resource supply chain goes all the way back to control of territory. They pretty much own everything. And over time, they've been, you know, buying out small farms, and people are going more into the big cities. So over time, they own more and more of the resources, and humans own less and less. And if you believe the lie of overpopulation, I would suggest that you fly or drive across the country and see how unpopulated it truly is. Like, there's miles and miles and miles of empty land. So overpopulation is a lie. The big cities are overpopulated because they're pushing everybody into it, right? It's not good enough for you to have your family farm anymore or whatever. Now everybody has to climb the corporate ladder to make ends meet, and then we end up in a situation where all these humans are in a big city, and then when crap hits the fan, what's gonna happen? Like, New York is gonna become really, really bad really fast, especially when the food runs out. Like the games are over here. Kind of looking for somewhere to sit. Oh. Wish it wasn't in the sun, but oh well. All these events never favor us, always them. Exactly. That's why construction everywhere to gridlock city, so you think there's too many people. Yeah. And the general construction all the time just to basically control humans and make life as unpleasant as possible in any way that they can, whether they're messing with your technology or making traffic slow or by, construction or whatever. Cute little baby on there. Ah, look away, don't get baby fever. This world is not a safe place for babies. I was at a car show with my family, and there was like this little stuffed child, like with its head up against the car. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. And I was trying to like point it out to my sister, and she's like, she has kids, so it's not really that cute to her. I'm like, well, you have all of your baby fever gotten out of the way, and mine is all still right here. So like, oh, it's so cute. Everything's just too cute. Hate a baby. Anyways. The Darwinian cult is powerful and want to test humanity. Yes. Darwinian evolution is not even possible, and yeah, I've already discussed this before, but your DNA is self-healing. So the whole idea of your DNA changing into a whole nother species is absolutely ridiculous in the first place. Genetic modifications, are spat out over time as this DNA starts to repair itself. And Dr. Lenski observed over 60,000 generations of E. coli and found no speciation by mutation. So it's never been observed. It's never been, it's just not science. It's pseudoscience. A completely ridiculous theory to essentially make humans believe that they are evolved pond scum on a giant spinning ball, that there is no God, there's no afterlife, there's no soul, so that we're easier to corrupt. If you don't believe that there's a God, if you don't believe there's consequences for your actions after you die, if you think that you are here by chance for no reason and that after death it's lights out, you're much more likely to do some gravely evil stuff than if you know that God is real. Uh-oh. Sage, do we have some problem causers in here? Ben? Bobby says that there is no real science anymore. I can't see what the word is before real because there's a stinking arrow on my screen. Why is this happening? Oh, there's no more real science anymore. Yes, it is all pseudoscience to make humans look like clowns. And then the most smart, intelligent people in our world, well, they think they are actually the dumbest, right? The people that have gone to school for years and years and years and years to get that little piece of paper to say that they're certified indoctrinated. Like, they think that they're the most intelligent, that they, you know, solve these giant math problems that are like 10 pages long and think that they understand globe, earth, and gravity and evolution. It's like, you think that you understand actual nonsense? Like, the understanding comes when you realize that it's all nonsense. Sage says some nonsense, rabbit hole word salad, nothing crazy. Okay, well that's good. I'm surprised I don't have a bunch of inverts on here trying to troll me. They recently were trying to troll one of my videos. I'm just like, I'm not gonna sit here and fight with you guys, like, especially on YouTube. YouTube's like my least favorite platform to even have discussions on, so I apologize if you tried to like start a discussion with me here, and I really just cannot stand really engaging on YouTube besides for what we're doing now. You can't post pictures, like, it's just, I just don't like the format. I love Facebook, the format at least, not the actual garbage associated with it and all the shadow banning and restrictions and all that crap. Really nice day. I'm going to spin the camera around so you can see what's going on around me. That's bocce games going on. A beautiful mountain. We can learn everything. They spend money, all that money to go to college with $10 in late charges at the library. That really didn't come out very well, Bobby, did it? Yeah. I don't even want my children, like, the average human is like, they want their child to be well educated and go off to college and essentially become a doctor so that they can make all this money, but it's like the opposite of what I would want for my child, unless, you know, he or she wanted to be a natural doctor, which I'm all about, and you don't need schooling for that, right? Like, I have taught myself the things about health that I know. All this information is literally available at our fingertips, so there's no reason for me to go and sit in a classroom and be told what to think by somebody else. Like, I'm over that. I was over that before I even got out of high school. Like, so yeah. I definitely had suspicions in high school about what I was being taught being true, and especially like history being a lie. The winners write the history books, and I also went to a Christian school, and they did teach creation, but they also taught globe Earth with all of that. So it's like truth mixed with lies, you know. There's people that think that the firmament was basically brought down during the flood, and that is obviously not true. If the firmament was not there, we would not be having this conversation. What happened was the floodgates were opened, and a flood did happen, and, you know, the firmament is still intact. So there are literally waters above us. There's a layer of a dome made out of pure gold, which is actually the hardest substance that matter can be made into. When all of the impurities are heated out of gold, it becomes transparent and the strongest substance that matter can even be made into. So that's why Yah used it to make the dome, to support the waters above us, which, you know, that's why the stars look the way that they do. When you look at them through a camera, you can see that they look like when you're in an aquarium or something and there's water, you can see the lights through the water. So that is what we are looking at. It's pretty awesome if you ask me. Much more cool design than this whole idea of us being on a giant spinning ball, whizzing around the sun and whirling around space. It's like, that's stupid. There's no intelligent design in the globe Earth deception. It's only an intelligent deception, you know? Clever deception, I should say. Barcia. Hi Harmon Walker, how's it going? Nice to be here. Thank you for your time as always. I appreciate being here. It's definitely something that I look forward to, getting to talk to you guys and have conversations and be live. So Bobby says, haha, I'm tired. 12 days straight of 12-hour shifts. Oh wow, that's intense. I better have a nap, I think. Bye for now, everyone. Thanks for joining, Bobby. I hope that you sleep well. Hey John, how are you? Thanks for joining. I'm sitting here at this table at the Weed Carnival, enjoying some camera around live music. I just turned my camera around when you were walking over here.
Girlfriend said that they're playing to 3. I think that's a mistake, but whatever.
Is his girlfriend the one that came up and talked to me with the black dress?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember what she got on. What did she talk to you for?
I don't know. She wanted me to, well, I think she wanted to be on my show, but she also wanted to plug this guy and say his name. And then she said that she owns the weed shop downtown and said that they have some sexy new dresses that would look good on me. So that's probably why she wants my money.
So it's okay. People can want what they want.
Hey, I understand. I'm always in the department for new dresses, so.
Cool. I got some dresses, but they're not,
Dresses that you wear?
yeah, stop doing it.
Oh gosh.
I said no.
Are you coming out as a cross-dresser right now on my live stream?
No, I never did that. I'm just kidding. But I bought some for a friend and she didn't want it. But I don't think the material, what kind of material you have, it doesn't matter.
As long as it's vegan.
It might be. But it's polyester.
I think polyester is usually vegan. I'd have to look it up, but as long as it's not like silk or leather.
No.
Yeah.
But they're beautiful. They're really nice.
Definitely interesting crowd out here today. Again, thank you guys for joining me. I'm just basically chilling. Be nice to have a... Gonna go wander around?
I'm gonna help Greg. He's here. I'm gonna help him get it back.
I don't know what I was gonna say. People watching is always interesting, except for people usually just frustrate me because, especially once they've been drinking, it's like you can have like the most intelligent person in the world, and then they start drinking, and they get past a point, it's like they become like the dumbest person in the world. It's like, no bueno. I think I'm gonna walk around a little bit. Nice guitar. frustration can make people dumb and incapable of simple things. I agree. Where are the best places to camp at Mount Shasta? Not where this guy's yelling. So Kyle, there's basically one main campground on Mount Shasta at Bunny Flats that has bathrooms. They're not showers, they're just bathrooms. And they are like established campsites. There's also a campground at Panther Meadows, and there's like a little stream there for a water source. But other than that, like, there's always dispersed camping, and some people even sleep in their cars, like in the parking lot and stuff. There's a really big traveling community around Mount Shasta, and like as soon as the gate opens at Bunny Flats, which is like there's one road that goes from Mount Shasta City all the way up to where there used to be an old ski park at Old Ski Bowl, and it dead ends in that parking lot, so that's where I'll be. But there's a gate, you know, partially up the mountain that gets closed during the winter, and as soon as it gets opened, it's basically like hordes of people swarming Mount Shasta. So it's interesting that there's still so many people here when they do so much to try to drive out the homeless and just make it very unwelcoming for the traveling community in general. And obviously the traveling community is going to be affected by the gas price increase. I paid like $5.60 something for gas this morning. So yeah, and all these people that are like panhandling on the side of the road for gas, it's like now people aren't going to be so likely to give you money, even less than they were before. It's definitely a sad situation with the homeless community population, and it's getting deliberately worse over time. Sorry, I don't know what I'm looking at right now. That's one odd body. Okay. Yeah, last year with the lava fires, they actually closed down a lot of the mountain as well. So, you know, having all of these wildfires definitely helps to drive out not only the homeless, but the actual people that live here, right? I myself was under evacuation orders last year during the lava fire, and I didn't leave. Like, if my house is gonna burn down, I'm gonna stay here. Like, all of the fire people are on the mountain trying to take care of the fire, and if some spot fire happens on my property, like, I would rather be here to take care of it than wait around for the fire department, who has other things to worry about. But anyways, it was across the road from me, and it was seeing the wildfire that close and personal definitely helped to drive away a lot of the fear that is around wildfires in general for me, because I saw like how slow moving it was, I saw how controlled it was, and yeah, not really something that I want to get into because wildfire season is upon us right now. Kyle says, I'm bringing a tent and sleeping bag. Nice. Yeah, sometimes people actually also camp at Old Ski Bowl. Technically, you're not allowed. There's a sign that says no overnight parking, but we don't listen to that. People are up there pretty much every night having fires and stuff. Like I said, there used to be a ski resort there before, and there's no more of that. The building's been completely knocked down, so it's this really big, wide open area, like the safest place that you could have a fire, which is kind of ironic because they'll have fire restrictions up there where there's nothing around that could burn, but allow people to have campfires down at campsites that are further down the mountain and surrounded by trees. The more things don't make sense, the funnier it is in the spiritual world when humans don't wake up and get it, right? Things really don't make sense in our world. Like, even all the stuff with the COVID and the different restrictions and stuff, like, it not making sense is part of the joke, right? The more ridiculous things are, the more nonsensical, and then to have humans still go along with it and not fight back when it's the most ridiculous thing that they've ever experienced, like, yeah. What's happening here? They do allow dispersed camping on the mountain. I think you're allowed to like stay in one spot for up to 2 weeks, and then you have to move to, you have to move so far away from that one spot, and then you can camp somewhere else. So it's definitely an option. When crap hits the fan, I tell people to plan on coming here because Mount Shasta is where the Golden Age always starts anyways. The reason that I'm at Mount Shasta is because it is the root chakra of Mother Earth. The root of a tree determines how the whole tree is going to be, right? If the root is pure, then the tree is going to be healthy and pure. And if the root is corrupt, then we have a world like we see today where corruption and darkness is what is the law of the land, almost, right? So by focusing on purifying one spot and turning this into a golden age, we can essentially work on changing the whole tree that is Mother Earth. So that is the reason that I am here at Mount Shasta. State says any national park is free to camp on for 2 weeks at least. It is the law, yes. Yeah. That being said, what I was saying, I encourage people to come here. It's like coming here is not a walk in the park. Like, this is the actual battlefield. People all over the world are experiencing spiritual warfare, but it is definitely different when you actually step onto the battlefield of Mount Shasta. Like, it's just a lot different, especially when you start to align with your soul's purpose and you know that you're here to stand against the current system and create a better world. Like, you become an even bigger target, and all of these dark entities that try to get us depressed and weigh us down and try to keep us from achieving what our soul came here to do, so they can ultimately laugh at us on the other side. Like, you came in here to do something great and you ended up masturbating to invert porn and eating bacon and doing absolutely nothing impressive for your entire life. Like, clown shoes. For those who are new to my channel, check out my video, Transvestigation 101 if porn stars are male. You'll have to actually probably type in the whole title with Queen and Honest No after it to even get the result to come up. But I go through various biomarkers and show how to tell the difference between males and females, and show my hips next to some of the famous porn stars to show how they don't have hips, they are men. So, yeah. Definitely encourage you to do that so that you can stop lusting after inverts. Literally all of the girls that men are given to lust after on the big screen, not only just on the big screen, right? It's like every arena, like I was saying before, of all of these different arenas are inverted clowns. So none of the girls that you're given to lust after are real, and on the flip side, none of the guys that we are given to lust after are real. All of these clowns in Hollywood are females. Like, the real males that they use are gonna be in pornography, and that ain't that's nobody's fantasy guy, trust. Well, I guess I can't exactly speak for everybody, but that's no unbroken woman's fantasy. Sexual degenerate clown who sleeps around with post-op men. Somebody commented on my video and said COVID-19 was a psyop. Well, in a way, yes, it was a psyop, but it was a legitimate virus. They mixed coronavirus and HIV deliberately to depopulate us. Like, do people forget that there's a depopulation event going on? They've actually not only forgotten that there's a depopulation event going on, but they have been tricked into blaming their own bodies for something that's not even possible. They've been confusing viruses and exosomes when exosomes are naturally occurring parts of God's creation and viruses are artificial creations of genetic engineers. Like, without them creating viruses in a lab, they would not exist. Flu season is a hoax. All of this stuff is designed to continuously make us sick, to promote this idea of flu season, right? So that how many people go and get their annual jabs. It's all part of a psyop against humans, a psychological operation, an agenda to keep us continually sick and make especially truthers into the biggest clowns of all. Like I said it before, truthers, you know, you start waking up and you start to gain that power back that comes with knowledge, right? Knowledge is power. And then the people that you're watching on, you know, the most famous truthers are inverts, and then they start promoting piss drinking and all sorts of different psyops, and then all of the humans that go and watch them are led into these various corruptions and misinformation agendas because they're following inverts. I don't follow anybody. Like, especially if I can't transvestigate you, I'm not even interested in, like, at all. I mean, I'm not saying I'm interested in like a sexual way or anything. I'm saying, like, I will not have a teacher, for instance, that is an invert. I'm not going to subscribe to somebody's YouTube channel and continuously go back to their channel if I believe that they're an invert. I don't even do that to anybody. Like, I don't subscribe to anybody's channel. So, yeah. I haven't seen any other truthers put up their hips for transvestigation, so I have no reason to trust any of them. Not one. I'm talking about the big names in the truther community, of course. But anyways, my point was that they tried to make truthers the biggest clowns of all, and saying that viruses aren't real is part of the agenda. Like, I personally know people, I know genetic engineers who have literally made viruses, have cloned, have done all of this stuff. So it's like, if you were to go and talk to a genetic engineer and tell them that viruses don't exist, they would laugh hysterically at your ignorance. Like, a first-year genetics student works with viruses as a standard practice. So they have what's called GFP, green fluorescent protein, and when they introduce this virus into cells, they literally fluoresce green. So the cell was normal before, they injected it with a virus, now it fluoresces green. And you're gonna go and tell them that viruses don't exist when they have literally worked with them. Like, you are not very smart. But I understand there are clever psyops, and, you know, it's just when you find out that pretty much everything that you've ever been taught is a lie, it's easy to get trapped in these psyops, right? Because you're questioning everything now, and sometimes common sense goes out the window, especially with the piss drinking. Disgusting. I've never seen or met anybody who drinks piss that actually looked healthy, and what an embarrassment to your soul. Like, wow. Not even just drinking pee, but people talk about, like, bathing in it and stuff. It's like, what happened to you as a child where you dropped on your head so many times? Oh my goodness. Really gross. At the same time, the inverts are the ones that are promoting this stuff. Like, Satan can get inverts to do things that normal humans won't do. Very degenerate, corrupt, bizarre, like, non-human behaviors. Crazy things. So that's one of the reasons why he uses it. Like with porn stars, these MTF sodomite post-op clowns that are people's favorite porn stars that, you know, are reveling in this disgusting degeneracy and, you know, sodomy and all of this disgusting stuff. Those are not real females. Real females have to be severely broken to get to that point. And they're like, Satan's not using real females. the way that females get that broken is usually because their boyfriend is broken through pornography and, you know, being a sodomite himself, and then he comes into the relationship and wants to force these ideas on her, and for some ridiculous reason she says, okay, well, I'll do it because I love you. It's like, no, love yourself more, honey. Don't let anybody degrade you like that. Or like, sodomy is so degrading. It's just completely against our creator's plan. It's just disgusting. Black Panther says that people still think Trump is coming to save them. Oh my gosh, and it's even worse when it's truthers. One of the first things that you learn as a truther is that presidents are selected, not elected. But people have been convinced that Trump somehow weaseled her way into this position of power. It's like, were you sipping fluoride after the last thing that you learned? Because you just went back to sleep. As I've said before, I understand the PSYOP, that they released all of the information about child abuse and trafficking and pedophilia and stuff at the same time as saying, but don't worry, Trump is stopping it and saving it all, right? So they shock you and then they pacify you almost immediately so that you don't go do anything, right? Normal humans' reaction is like, there's pedos running this world, let's grab our guns and do what the Constitution allows us to do and overthrow these child abusers, right? But with the Trump PSYOP, they can completely pacify people into thinking that everything's being taken care of. It's one of the reasons for the Georgia Guidestones getting knocked over, so people will cheer and think that something is happening when it's really not. And I've seen that they are trying to, some sources, at least, that I was shown, were trying to essentially credit this MTF politician who I don't know their name. If you go on my Facebook to my recent post about the Georgia Guidestones, Sarah Grace commented and posted it in those comments. So yeah, but they're also trying to say that there's like a whole bunch of different satanic monuments getting knocked down as part of the whole Q and Trump PSYOP. Like, someone was trying to tell me that God struck down the Georgia Guidestones. I'm like, first of all, God rarely gets involved with what happens under the dome. You think that he's gonna knock over some guidestones rather than stopping pedophiles? Like, really, you think that is his focus, to knock over some stupid stones? Like, it's ridiculous if you ask me. But people are desperate for hope, and there are a lot of PSYOPs that are trying to give them hope. And the golden age is the real hope for the future, the only real hope for the future. And it's one reason why I'm always showing you my hips, and even further than that, like going live to... What's that?
What have you been up to?
Not too much. How about you?
I seen you Mount Castle last week. Singing with you.
At the park?
Yeah. Somewhere up there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep, I'm live streaming right now, so I'll catch up with you in a bit. What was I saying?
Get down on it. Whoa. Come on, get down on it. Gotta groove. Get down on it. Gotta groove. Come on, get down on it.
Gonna make a comment at which that guy like flung his head around to see me. It's like, don't break your neck there, buddy. Calm down. Anyways, the golden age is the real hope for humanity, and there are going to be a lot of other PSYOPs that are promoted to basically get us under control of the New World Order. Like, that is their golden age, and Trump is right along with that. The New World Order Trump card. It's really quite obvious to anyone with eyes to see. It kind of sucks because there are a lot of patriots around here, which is kind of surprising for being California. But they're all on that Trump cult Kool-Aid, and if you speak against Trump, then apparently you're automatically a Biden fan. Like, don't support either of those dickless clowns, okay?
I was literally gonna say it'd be so cute.
How about that?